Hey everybody, it's Mark with Beyond the Struggle. I am here with Misty, and we're going to do a little interview. And this is Jesse's wife from the previous episode that we just did. So we're going to pick up on her story and go from there. Want to introduce yourself?
My name's Misty.
Hey Misty, so why don't you tell us a little bit about where things started for you?
All right, so my mom was a heroin addict.
Hmm?
All right, my mom was a heroin addict. Sounds weird with me.
Yeah. Wait.
Not weird, just a little loud.
Oh,
Is it okay?
Yeah. I'll turn you down.
All right.
That better?
Yeah.
All
right, so my mom was a heroin addict, and
Okay. All
all right, let's start over.
right. Sounds good to me.
So I remember at the age of 10, I would find needles and cotton in my mom's makeup bag.
Oh, okay.
And I have 5 brothers, but the oldest one went to live with his dad in Texas. So it was just me and my 4 youngest brothers. So I used to find this heroin in her bag and stuff, and I used to break her needles and put them back. She caught on to that and started getting real mad because that's her heroin.
Yeah.
So I would be all kinds of bitches and all kinds of this.
And this is at 10.
At 10. So there'll be times when she would be on heroin and she would eat a bowl of cereal, and then next thing you know, I'll turn around and she'll be wearing it. And I'm 10 years old, so I have to clean my mom up.
Right.
To clean her up, change her clothes, whatever. So with her knotted out, and I would take care of my brothers a lot. So, well, it started getting worse with our heroin using. And I used to find her friends knotted out too. My brothers were
At your place. At your house.
at my house. Her friends would be knotted out, heroin all over the bed or in the bathroom, whatever. And it got so bad, we lost our house. We ended up losing our house.
How old was your brother?
My brothers?
Yeah.
They were all under me, so I'm 10. It goes like 9, 8, 7, 6,
Okay.
kind of like that.
But you were the oldest.
I'm the oldest.
So you have to take care of your mom and your little brothers.
Yep. Cooking, cleaning, and make sure they went to school and all that. But mind you, I started hitting weed. I started getting my mom's bomb, seeing how she did it, so I would do it too. Wouldn't think nothing of it. Here and there, not all the time though. One day I was going to school, and I took my dad's whole ounce of weed to school.
Okay.
And he smoked the whole thing. He smoked the whole thing. I got in trouble. Well, I didn't get in trouble at first because he thought it was my uncle. But later on, years from now, I told him it was me.
Oh, okay.
So I've been blaming your uncle the whole time. Okay. So my mom ends up losing her house because her heroin addiction.
Right.
So my mom has us 5 kids. Where's she going to take us, right?
Right.
So she asked my aunt, hey, mind you, my aunt has 10 kids already at home. Hey, can you take my kids while I get my stuff together, right?
Right.
All right. My aunt takes us. So now she has 14 kids in the house. All right. Around like 11, my mom would go to my aunt's, and my She would go to my aunt's, and my aunt would find her using in the bathroom at my aunt's house. Right. She would tell her, "You got to get out of here," this and that.
Now, when you were at your aunt's house, were you still smoking weed or messing around a little bit?
A little bit, here and there. She was there. They all smoke weed in the house, so
whenever you could get your hands on it.
Hey, whenever I can get it, I can get it.
Right.
And even if I smoked in the house, they wouldn't know because the whole house.
Everybody smoked in the house.
Yeah. So I'm going. My aunt's like, if you're going to be living in my house, you're going to school. I said, I ain't go to school. I'm already dropped out. I dropped out from when being with my mom.
When you lost your place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's like, you're going to go to school, this and that. All right. We'll go to school. First day of school, I got suspended. The next day, I called my mom and we got into an argument over the phone. And I told her, the last words to my mom was, I fucking hate you, I hope you die. Those were the last words I told her. The next day, or like a week later, my mom calls my aunt, hey, I'm gonna come pick up the kids and take them out to eat. All right. I told my aunt, I don't want to go. All right. I know she's on that stuff. I don't want to go. No, just go with her. You have to watch your brothers. All right.
Got me.
You got it. So I go and she's driving and she's nodding straight through a green light. I'm screaming. Like, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? You have us kids in the car. So we went out to eat, whatever. She's nodding out in the restaurant, whatever. We're watching her. She's just nodding. And she gets us back to my aunt's house. I told her, you know what? Don't ever let me go with my mom ever again. And so when I told my mom, I fucking hate you, I hope you die, right? I'm getting up for school the next day. And my aunt calls me in the room. By then, I already went to the garage and smoked some weed, you know? So I'm stoned, right? So I go, my aunt's like, come here, I need to tell you something. All right. She sits me down. She goes, they found her mom in the bathroom dead. Yo. They found her on an OD of heroin. And that was the worst thing. Sorry to cry.
No, cry. There's tissue right next to you. Don't worry about it.
I would say that was the worst day of my life. When I lost my mom, especially because of what I said to her, you know, I fucking hate you, hope you die, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really hurt me. I couldn't believe it until I seen her body. You know? Okay, by then I'm 13, right?
Okay, yep.
13. No one knows this, but my uncle and my aunt's brother gave me my first hit of meth. And he was doing it on
at 13.
At 13. 13 years old. This is my first hit of meth. By then, once he did that, I was off and running. You know, I felt
found your new love. Found your new love.
Yeah, I felt like I'm free. You know, everything's good. Yeah. I'm great. So I started like continuing doing it here and there. Made a connection. Started doing ecstasy pills.
Okay.
By then, I was already selling them in high school.
You're still living at your aunt's?
One kid almost died because of that. Because of the pill I sold it. And they found out it was me. Thank God he didn't die. You know, but he almost did. They had to take him to the hospital and stuff. They raided the house. found a whole bag of ecstasy pills. Uh, and it was scary. It was scary because he almost died, but in reality,
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't.
Didn't know.
So I get on probation and stuff, and by then I'm already ditching school again, high school. I'm going to high school, doing math. My hand doesn't know. Till later on, I start losing weight. You know, she starts tripping out. I was using the bathroom upstairs, and I didn't care if it didn't have a lock on the bathroom, but I wanted to take a hit, you know. But I have all the adults in the house, all the kids. Sure enough, when I was taking that hit, my stepdad, he walked in on me. Right when I was gonna take that hit, he told me, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing?" And snatched it from me. I never told him that my uncle gave it to me.
Yeah.
I still, till this day, whatever. All right, so by like 15, 16, I already went.
Did you make it off? You made it off probation?
Yeah, I made it off probation.
Okay.
So I made it off probation, and then I started hanging out with older people.
And this is about 15, 16?
Yeah, 15, 16. I'm hanging out with 22, 21-year-olds. Hold on. Let me go back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me go back to 13. I did get jumped into a hood. I was from a hood that they didn't want females from. Being from a hood made me feel like it was a family, I guess.
Yeah. Understood.
Made me feel loved. Made me feel like, oh, I was important.
Yeah.
I started putting in work, doing all that stuff for the hood.
Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all right.
So around that time, a little bit after, I got in the hood. I got in trouble for a GTA. I was like maybe 15. GTA.
This is when you start hanging out with older people.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
And in the hood, well, I hanged out with the older generation, So,
Yeah.
you know how that goes. And then just started hanging out with them, getting in trouble. Started selling dope. I got the GTA.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Everybody's been through something. Trust me. Don't worry about it. No big deal.
Just so much.
Well, and then it's hard for us as addicts to even remember stuff. It's not that we purposely make ourselves forget, but that's our nature is to stuff.
Yeah.
So when we sit back and you're like having to dig back to remember, trace these. I mean, can you imagine if you sat here and you tried to write a book about this, like how much stuff you left out from the time you were 13 to 15? I mean, you're talking 2 years, and in an addiction, 2 years is like 10 years, right? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you're trying to grab key elements in this. So don't be nervous. It's all right. You grab the important stuff. This again, and I'll tell you while we're on the air, this is really the awareness of helping somebody else that might be going through this and realizing, hey, these things happen, when we were younger. Some people, I told your husband when I did the interview with him, I told him the same thing. We don't wake up and say we want to be addicts. It just doesn't work like that. Nobody wakes up and says, I think I want to smoke some cocaine today, and that's their new lifestyle. There, somewhere along the line, it was drawn to them, brought to them. They seen it, they heard about it. It's something, or in some cases traumas happen, and their family members are getting high and they don't know no different, and that's what I want to do. Is I want to bring awareness to your story and several other people's stories about how this comes about, and on how you got out of it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So don't worry about it. If you're forgetting stuff, you can always go back. Don't worry about it.
Well, you were talking about too, like how is it normal for an uncle to give his 13-year-old niece a young meth?
Yep.
I'm like, that's just all bad. Like,
it's all bad.
You see that, you're like, that's a kid.
Yep. But these were the norms, though. That's the ugly part, and this isn't. You're not the only person. I'm guaranteed that this has happened to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is when another addict is doing something, they're not thinking about that. I know in my addiction, I wasn't thinking about age with kids selling drugs and stuff like that. I was selling drugs to whoever bought the drugs.
Yeah.
That's just being 100% honest. Do I feel like a piece of shit? Absolutely. But, I have a conscience now. When I was a kid, I didn't care. I was young, selling drugs. I'd sell it to adults. You had money, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I'd sell it to you. That's the lifestyle. So I get it. So you're 15.
So 15. So I did go to Selmar Juvenile Hall.
For the GTA?
Yeah.
Okay.
And from there, I went to LP. And from there, they sent me to Onizuka, a camp in Lancaster.
Yeah, up in the mountains.
Yeah.
By the prison.
Challenger.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did time at Challenger too. I opened.
McNair.
Yep. I opened that place. Yep.
I was on Onizuka.
Oh yeah, I was in McNair.
Yeah.
Yep. I opened that place.
So I went there for almost a year, about a year.
Yeah.
And got out, went back to my aunt's house. By then, I'm already pretty much dropped out of school, So I ran away. I met some girls. They were just like, they were older girls. They're like, come on, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking it's cool, So I run away. They fight me. They take me back to my aunt's. My aunt's like, I can't do this somewhere. You're gonna get me in trouble.
Right.
And you're gonna get me in trouble, and I really didn't care because I would do whatever I want to do. I would tell her, "You're not my mom," Let me go back to one more thing. I gotta go back. Yep. When I was living with my aunt's house, and my mom died, I became suicidal.
Okay.
She did. One night, I took 2 bottles of pills. Went to school the next day. Came back. My neighbor had a pool. She's like, "Do you want to go swimming?" I was like, "All right." By then, I'm already kind of out of it, I went swimming. It was a pool like this. Her mom works in ICU.
Oh, shit.
She knew something was up. She was like, "Why is this girl drowning in my pool? She's as tall." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she made a lie and told my friend, "Hey, tell her we gotta go so she can go home." I live next door. So I go home and I'm in my bathing suit and I'm sitting at the table and I'm eating kicks. And I see my grandpa. He gets a call and he looks at me. He goes, "What's wrong with you? What did you take?" Because I'm eating cereal, but I'm not swallowing it. So I'm shoving all this food in my mouth.
It's coming right back out.
And it's coming right back out. My aunt gets there. "What's wrong with you? I couldn't talk no more.
Right.
My body was shutting. I couldn't talk. She throws me in the car, takes me to the hospital, and they gave me charcoal.
Yeah.
They pumped my stomach and all that. The doctor came in and he goes, "I don't know how that girl is still alive. If she would have went to sleep that night, she would have been gone. Nobody knew I took the pills."
Right.
So I did become very suicidal after my mom died.
Right.
Very suicidal.
Yeah.
That'll
do it.
Yeah. So, all right, going back to where getting out of juvenile hall, running away with the older crowd, the hood, whatever. This is some more trauma. By all this time, I'm stuck on meth. I'm hooked on meth.
Right.
Meth here, meth there, anywhere I can get it and do it, I'm doing it. So I'm just like freaking hooked, full blown addict now. Um, so another traumatizing event would be so I was chilling with my homeboys, and we were in a G ride. Right? We were in a G ride, and my homeboy, he looks at me, and we're going under this bridge, and it's by Anislos. We're going by this bridge, and he goes, "Hey, it's like deja vu." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Something's gonna happen today." Okay. I'm like, "Nah, you're high, fool. Just come on, just chill, put the music up, whatever, you know." I'm all, either go hard or go home. Let's go, you know.
Right.
And sure enough, he drops me off. And he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go pick up the homegirl and two homeboys. All right." He goes and picks them up. No, he did tell me that he was gonna Monday morning he was gonna get a job.
Right.
He goes, "I'm gonna stop all this. I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna start living right." Okay. Well, he went to go pick them up, and on the way back, the cops took him on a high-speed chase right down the street from us. We get to where the cops are, because I already knew it was him. I'm calling nothing.
Yep.
So we go where the ambulance and the cops are. They pull him out the car. Fucking, he's already dead. He died on impact. Bam, the steering wheel went in his chest. So I'm like, tripping, that's traumatizing. I went to 3 funerals in one day. And one of them was the homegirl, Chelly. The homegirl, she was 9 months pregnant. So they had an open casket with her too in her feet. So I'm still young though. I'm not even 18.
Yeah. You can take those off if you want. It don't matter. Make it easier for you.
I can't
I just
really
do
hear
it.
you.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll just put them on so you can hear each other.
And the cops give me again another G ride. Another one. Here I go. This time when they let me out, I go to a group home. I went to a group home. They got more drugs in a group home than
for some real.
Well, I get there and I'm chilling for a little bit. That's where I got introduced to Sherm.
Okay.
Started doing Sherm in there. Started continue doing my same stuff, you know. Well, one night I got all paranoid and really on when I just left the program. There I go again.
So this is the first time you went to a program, though.
Well, it wasn't it was a group home.
Yeah.
So that's where I got introduced to other drugs, you know, in there too. And so by like I keep on leaving this group home, right? I'm not gonna stay there. You could catch me, put me back, I'm gone.
Right.
I don't care. You know, we could keep doing this until I'm 18. Well, finally, they just sat my ass down for a little bit, you know. By then, I'm already 18. So I got introduced to some people, and that's when I started pushing, you know, more stuff and getting involved with a lot of that stuff, you know. And
no kids along the way yet.
not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're getting there. So 18, I'm doing my stuff, my dirt, whatever. I get caught with Prop 36.
Okay.
For the stuff. Prop 36. By then I'm in Twin Towers. Twin Towers were still for girls about that time. And so the lady's like, "All right, you know, you got Prop 36. You got to do all the drug testing."
Right.
Well, okay. So you're letting me out?
Right.
All right. Good luck. You know, same thing. That's all I did. I mean, I'll tell you more about that later. But every time that lady reinstated me, I'd run. I didn't really care. I'm not gonna stay sober, you know? And so I got caught with 19. Around 19, that's when I had my first kid. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I didn't have him yet. I'm with the dad, right?
Are you living somewhere, or are you?
I'm staying with the dad.
Okay.
And I can't stop doing drugs.
Is he used?
Mark, yeah.
Okay.
I'm pregnant and I can't stop using. I don't know nothing about prenatal care. I didn't have my mom show me none of this. I don't have a woman figure in my life to show me.
But,
I'm pregnant. I didn't even know I was pregnant, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So now I'm like getting a little scared, but I'm getting higher because I want to know myself.
Right.
I was getting high with my kid. Well, I was pregnant. And I feel bad for that. You know what I mean? I feel bad. Real bad. Well, I went to prison. I got another case. Well, with that Prop 36, another case. I went to prison, so they ended up adopting him. So I have no contact with my older son.
Okay.
So I get out of
How old were you then? 19, 20, what'd you say?
19, 20.
Okay.
Around there. I had him around 19, my first kid. And so I go do time, upstate, my first prison term, 19. And I remember asking all the girls, you know, like, hey, is there something I should know before I get up there or what, you know?
Okay.
They're like, just make sure you're clean, brush your teeth, and pick up your hair. Ask when's your cleaning day. All right, got you. So, I mean, you know, worked out. So I get there and I'm cool, you know, but I'm a little hothead. I'm a knucklehead. So I'm going to tear some shit up.
Right. God.
So that's what I did on my first term and got a little extra time. You know how that goes. Well, I got out and I get out. I paroled to the homegirl's house. She's on parole too. But my parole officer's like, hey, like, you got to find somewhere else because those can't be on parole.
Yeah, they didn't allow that stuff.
Like, all right, give me some time. All right. By that time, I meet my daughter's dad.
So this is what, about maybe like early 2000s?
Daddies. So
what's this though, like early 2000s?
I would say, yeah, don't know. She's 15.
Oh, so 2010?
I would say 9.
9?
Because he's Isaac's 2010.
Okay.
They're a year.
Oh yeah, because they haven't
a year and a couple or a year and a month apart.
That's right. For your son and my son had the same birthday.
November.
That's right. Yep.
So then I did it this time. I'm back in my area, my hood, or whatever. I'm chilling with the homies. Well, I end up meeting her dad. You know. Well, I end up meeting him, and he lives with his dad and his brother, and he's like, "Hey, well, you can parole to my house." Like, all right, that works, you know. So I did. We were cool for a minute, but we were committing we were doing a lot of crimes.
Right.
Like, he wasn't from the hood, but he did a lot of crimes. You know what I mean? So we were out there doing that. I find out I'm pregnant. I tell his second kid. I tell his mom about it, and his mom wants me to have an abortion. I was like, all right, lady, my decision, not yours, you know?
Right.
And so I don't. With Melissa too, I was hoping when I got pregnant, I was doing meth.
Right.
I wanted to stop. I wanted to stop using so bad because I was pregnant, you know? I even, I asked her dad to stop with me. He said, nah, I'm not going to stop with you. You have to stop, not me. All right.
But he still kept getting high.
Mm-hmm. So I got sober for a little bit. I did. But seeing that in your face
All the time.
day, you know, that's just like, hey, it's over here, you know, like it's the worst thing, you know? And I'm not strong, you know. I'm weak right now. I end up leaving him. But I didn't leave him to go get sober. I left him and I went on a month and I'm pregnant, Mark. I'm talking about like doing some way out stuff while I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, getting high. I'm so like where I didn't sleep, my fucking ankles were swollen because I wouldn't sleep.
Right.
And I end up getting sober for like I'm about to be due with Melissa, right? So I figure, A, it takes 3 days for the meth to get out of your system, right? Now when you're pregnant, it takes a little bit more. It takes a little bit more than that, boy. So I figure, all right, I'll get sober for 3 days and then I'll go have my baby and I'll be okay, right? Well, I go, I have her, and I came up positive for meth and
I took the baby.
barbiturates.
Barbiturates. Nice.
I don't even know where that came from.
Probably they were cutting the shit with it.
Yeah, right. So they took the baby. They took her. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna go get high. Let's go condemn myself. You know what I mean? Well, his mom was in the room when I had her. So she know what happened.
Right.
They sent her to the same home as my first kid. Because they were like, oh, she had another daughter. Can we have her too? With my first son?
Right.
And the grandma wasn't having that. So the grandma got Melissa. And she adopted Melissa. Right now, Melissa's going through a little addiction herself. And I understand why, because her mom wasn't around, you know?
Yeah.
She needed me. And I take 100% responsibility for that, you know?
Yeah.
I really do. She's over there experiencing stuff that I was doing. That is worse. But I mean, if she...
That generational curse, man.
Yes.
My men's group that I go to Thursday nights, that we were just talking about these generational curses to be broken as, you know, as recovering addicts or whatever the case may be, you know, we have to do that now. And I was telling your husband the same thing, you know, because what our children are seeing us do now is, you know, like OJ, for instance, you know, he's still little and as he's growing up now, seeing he gets a chance to see you guys do the right thing. And you know what I mean? And it's different when you get to see your parents struggle for the right reasons and not struggle for the wrong reasons, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But you know, you're still trying to be in your daughter's life though, right? Melissa's life, right?
I talk to her on the daily. Her grandma calls me a lot and she goes, I don't know what to do with her. Like, she tells me all this stuff, you know? Can you please talk to her? Please talk to her. And every time I talk to her, she'll go, okay.
Yeah, the answers. That's you, right?
I remember I told her, look, I remember saying I know at that age too. I remember that.
Just to shut it up.
Reality, I did not know shit.
Yeah.
I told her that. And she still continues, I know. But I said, look, Melissa, do you like people watching you take a shit? No. Do you like people telling you what to do? No. I mean, if you keep doing that shit, man, you're going to lead to the wrong spots, you know? So her grandma wants me to call her more. So, like, I text her a lot, but she goes, no, you need to call her, talk to her. She's hanging out with some people that are a bad influence for her, you know? Sometimes I think that if maybe I did raise her, she would, you know what I mean? Would she be like that or would, you know? Well, a little bit after that, Well, all right.
So the grandma gets her.
The grandma gets her. But before that, when I was still pregnant, before I left her dad, we had caught a case. They raided the house.
But you didn't go to jail for it.
But I didn't go to jail for it yet.
Right.
It was for a laptop that he stole from a college student. They're watching everything he does. He had he had these machines,
right,
you know, to do the dirt.
Right.
And the person that he had taken that machine and doing the dirt, snitched on him.
Right.
And then
by the end of the day,
we're fucked, you know what I mean? So they raid the house, they take me and him. 'Cause when they raided the house, I had a whole iron board full of counterfeits.
Right.
Well, it wasn't counterfeits. I was washing them and remaking it. Yeah. So they got me for that and a forgery. They got him for the laptop. So by then they gave me 3 years for that. Not bad, huh?
Not bad.
I was like, the feds ain't give me, you know what I mean? But 3 years for that was not bad because he took most of that others.
Right.
So I go to prison. I get out.
So what are you now, about 25?
About 25.
Okay.
Same. I get out. Let me try to remember this part. Okay, 25. Okay, I get out. I go back to the same thing that I know best.
Yeah.
My area, my hood, the people and everything, the whole drug scene,
right,
the whole everything. And I figure, all right, so I get out. I go test for parole first. Bam. Go do my test, and then I'm off and running until you catch me again.
Right.
Okay. And I was messing around with some guy. I mean, we've known each other forever, but we started messing around, and that's where Isaac came.
Okay.
With Isaac, I was committing a crime. I was pregnant. I was so using. I didn't know I was pregnant at this time. Didn't know I was pregnant at all. I said the homegirl to come with me real quick because I'm about to do a home invasion.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I told her, wait outside, just wait right here. Let me know if anybody's coming. Well, that didn't happen. Homegirl got freaked out and left. So I ended up taking off, but someone followed me, and I was caught later on down the block.
Right.
Pointed out for what I wear. Okay, yeah, she had on that and that and that hat. All right, I matched the full description. I'm busted.
Right. Absolutely.
They take me in for that.
Plus the abscond you.
Plus that. No, you know what? I didn't get absconded.
Really?
Because a little bit before I caught that crime with Isaac, wait, hold up. No. I think I had got off. I was out 6 months, and I had got off. I made it off.
Oh, you made it off parole?
I made it off parole.
Okay.
I caught that case, and my parole discharge card just came in that mail that day.
Nice.
So what are the chances?
Yeah, railroad, yeah.
So here I go on another number. Maybe another term. I get to county. I did there, and I'm not feeling too good, right? And I told the cop, I was like, hey, I think I'm pregnant. She's like, you want me to take you to do a test? I was like, yeah, I need to know. So we go, and sure enough, I'm pregnant. Well, I'm going to the pen anyways.
Right.
You know? All right, I'm pregnant. So I get up there. on this term, I did a program. It's called Mother Infant Program. You ever heard of that? The Mother Infant Program is at Prototypes in Pomona.
Okay.
Now, some of them is residential, some of them are prisoners,
Right.
but you could do your time with your kid.
Right. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Okay, so I go CIW. I have my kid handcuffed to the bed at Isaac in CIW. That feeling right there was the worst feeling ever. Having your kid be cuffed to it and not being able to have your kid in the room with you. You could only go escorted to the nursery every 3 hours. So kind of that shit hurt me a lot,
Right.
to have a kid in prison handcuffed. Well, I get to this program. I'm doing good. I completed parole. I get so I parole to the homegirl with the homegirl Veronica, right? Okay. I paroled and they sent me to sober living.
Okay.
Okay. Well, the sober living, I start smoking weed. Okay. I gave a dirty test to the sober living. They report me to the CPS and they report me to parole. I'm like, damn, here we go again. Well, CPS calls me and goes, you're either gonna, okay, because I had all those cases with my babies being adopted or having those cases, being dirty or whatever, they automatically open another case up.
Fresh case.
They automatically open a case, see how you do. If you're good, your kid, they'll close it.
Right.
Well, she goes, look, you tested for weed. You tested for weed, so I'm gonna give you a week to get into a rehab. All right. I was in the next day. Got to a rehab. Simple. So I get into the rehab. I'm doing good. About to get on parole again. About to get off parole. Close my CPS case. I went to school. I went to school for 6 weeks and I got all my certificates to work at a refinery. So I have like hazmat, 40 hours OSHA,
all the stuff. Yeah.
So I'm making good money, boy. 12-hour shifts though. I'm making like 1,000 something a week. So I'm stacking. Money's looking good, right? I closed my CPS case, closed my parole. I start getting that monkey on my back, right? I'm like, damn, I got this money. I wonder what the homies are doing. I mean, well, let's go see what the hood's up to,
Mistake number one.
Right? So I hit up the homegirl and I take Isaac with me, because I closed all my stuff. So I'm free.
Free person, yeah.
I'm free.
Got a good job, got your baby.
Got my money, got my baby. I'm doing good. I go to the homegirl's house. Of course, start getting high. Here we go. Start getting real high. I'll leave I'll tell her, hey, can you watch him real quick? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go do something, you know what I mean? Because I want to get into something.
Yeah.
If I'm on that stuff, I'm gonna get into something. Right. I'm gonna tear some shit up somewhere. That's just how it is. That's how it made me feel.
Untouchable. Yeah.
So I get home. She's like, where have you been? Your son's been crying for you. I'm talking about bawling for me, right? And so I was like, it doesn't matter. I went in the bathroom and I'm trying to smoke. My son's at the door, Mark. Mom, like crying, bro. Broke my fucking heart at the time. Now I think about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking like, what were you thinking, man? That I could still hear his cry, banging on the door, and I'm irritated, right? Because I'm high. I want to do me.
Yeah.
I don't want to do
shit.
I don't want to break nothing right now. I want to go on the run again. You know what I mean? So sure enough, it gets hectic. I get irritated. I start doing stuff that I shouldn't do and tagging a kid along, right?
All right.
So I called my stepdad, Mike. He's in Palmdale. I call him, I make up this big lie. I was like, hey, I gotta work, but I have no one to watch Isaac. You know? Oh, just bring him down for a couple weeks, I'll watch him while you stack up some money. All right, that's perfect,
yes.
man. Be right there.
Yeah.
So I packed some clothes. I mean, packed all his clothes, right? Everything. Take them, drop them off, make it look like I'm playing it cool. I don't want them to think I'm high or anything, All right, here's some money. Here's some groceries, everything. I'll be back in a few weeks. There I go, off and running.
Gone.
Again. I don't care about no kid I just dropped off.
Yep.
I don't care about nothing, bro. I'm going.
Yep.
So here we go. Within those 3 weeks, I was already busted. I called my dad, my stepdad. Where you at? You already know where I'm at. You know the call. He goes, the fuck are you thinking? What are you thinking? Your son's over here crying for you. I'm not thinking. That's the problem. I'm not.
When you're on that shit.
No. So I just left it at that, right? Well, I do my little time, whatever, I get out. I have Bella. I was messing around. Not messing around like that. It's just one guy. It happened one time and never after that. One time and that's it. And that one time I got pregnant. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, boy, looked at me and I got pregnant, boy. But yeah, that was that one time. And I got busted for something else. I don't know what it was, but I got busted again. Did my whole I got busted. I don't know what charge.
So when you got busted this time, that's the time you're talking about, like when your stepdad had.
No, I got out.
Got out.
I got out.
Did you go get Isaac?
Time. Nope.
Okay, so Isaac's with your stepdad still.
Isaac's still with my stepdad.
Okay.
I get out, go do my little shit again, not worrying that I have my kid over there.
Right.
Still.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all right. He's well taken care of, right?
Right.
He's safe. Well, I got pregnant with Bella, had another case. Well, I didn't find out I didn't find out I was pregnant with Bella until I was in county again. Right. Hey, can I do another test? Sorry. Can I do another test? Yeah, I'm pregnant. I was pregnant for those 9 months. Well, I fought for a program. I fought for a drug program. I was like, give me a chance. No.
I don't know. You done
give me a chance in this program.
Never give me a chance.
You guys always send me to prison. You guys never give me a chance. You know how it goes, right? And well, my attorney's like, well, I'm not getting you a program. The judge is not going to accept it. Well, all right, I get back to my cell, whatever. Get back to the county. I made my own phone calls. I got in my own program. Oh, I made it happen. Well, there's this drug court. It's called it's Prototypes.
Okay.
In Pomona. And I called the attorney. And I told her my situation. I really want to change and this and that. All right, I got a baby on the way. I'm pregnant. I don't want to have my baby in here. This and that. All right, so she talked to that attorney went and, it's called Prototypes, but that attorney went and talked to my judge and got them to agree
to go to the program.
To go transfer me to drug court now.
So now you got another chance.
Yeah. So now I got another chance, right? So I get to the program. That next day I had Bella. So the next day I had Bella. Well, I'm in the program. I barely got to that program the next day I had her, right?
Right.
So I don't know who's in the program. So I get there after I take my baby home. Okay. I get her home, or I get her to the program and everything. I see my homegirl that I know. You know what I mean? Yeah. That I know. And she's starting to get high in there. Okay?
Just can't catch a break.
Just can't catch a break, boy. But all the times I did go to prison, I'm gonna tell you this: I never got hired.
Which is crazy, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
You don't even think of cigarettes in that.
Yeah,
I mean?
it's so weird. And then it even like when I went to prison, I was like, it just wasn't a thing. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I always seen all my older homeboys getting like buff and work out. So I was like, since I had a little stretch this last time, I was like, we'll do the same and try my best. Because I was always known as Little Mark. So I was like, oh, I'm not coming out little this time. You know what I mean? I mean, I went in like 110 pounds, came out like 220 pounds or something.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I get it. Like, I know what you're saying about like not going and be like, you know what I mean? And then use it. But what's crazy is to get out and get right back to the same shit, right? What is this?
I don't even think about it.
You know?
I see people doing it in front of me, but it doesn't cross my mind because who wants to be up in a cell and on top of a bunk? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Right back to that shit.
Guards.
Right.
You know what I mean? Tired, playing possum.
Right.
Who wants to do that? But anyways, so
now your homegirl's at the program.
So she's at the program and both of us end up getting phones. I got a phone in there and she got a phone in there. You're not supposed to have phones, but if you get caught, you get sanctioned, you got to go back to county for 30 days. All right, whatever. Well, me and her start getting ideas that our babies are sick. Me and her need to go to the hospital together, take us. Because really, we're going to score.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we make up this big old lie that our babies are sick and we need to take them to the hospital. And sure enough, we get our way, you know. We go, we meet up with our mom. We tell her mom to take us, hey, we need to go here real quick.
Right.
We still take our babies to the hospital, right? We got our babies in the bathroom, Mark, and we're smoking meth. They're babies. They can't inhale it, right? Just like, you know, blow it down the toilet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who the fuck does that? Now, I sit here and think about all the shit I did. Like, if I see someone doing that, something's going to happen, you know what I mean? Because I ain't having that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wish somebody would have did that, you know?
Yeah.
But, some stupid shit, you know?
Yeah.
Sure enough, we get back to the program. She decides she wants to leave. Well, all right, I can't leave, bro. I'm trying to get my time, trying to be good, you know, but I'm high. So I stayed there.
She split.
She split. I stayed there and they ended up drug testing the whole place.
Might as well should have split.
Yeah, might as well split. I had a better chance, right? They send me back. They tell me, call your cousin to pick up your daughter. All right. She picked her up for 30 days. I went back. They didn't send me back to the same program. They sent me to a program in East LA that Prototypes has 200 girls. They sent me to a program that has 7 rooms. Okay. All right, we're good. Doing good. My cousin brings my baby. I get to this program. It's cool. Not a lot of drama. It's one house. Like, it's not all these buildings. Prototypes is huge, if you've seen it. But, get to this house. We're good. Everything's good. I'm doing good.
Okay.
I get my daughter back with me, Bella. I complete the residential. Go to sober living. Met some people. Saturday night. Stop going to my meetings. The ladies over here, the lady rolled up on me at the sober living. Hey, we need to drug test you. I had some old ass pee that stunk in my closet. I'm talking about where you open that shit, it's fucking have you ever smelled like?
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about a reach, right? I didn't care. It's clean.
Right.
So I went, opened it, and I smelled it, boy. I went through it and I gave it to her. Well, after that, I was already paranoid. I was paranoid. I call my cousin. I say, hey, Julia, can you watch Bella for a little bit? Mind you, I let my son out on my stepdad, right? Well, my cousin Julia ended up taking him. So she's raising him.
Oh, okay.
My cousin Julia doesn't have no kids. So she has Isaac. Hey, can you watch here I go like manipulating whatever it is
Right.
to get what I want,
Right.
to go do what I gotta do. And can you watch Bella for a little bit? She's all, you're not gonna leave her, are you? You're not gonna leave her, right?
She knew.
She already knew. I already knew. I went and took her money, food. Here's the clothes again. Here's her playpen. At least I know they were in good hands, you know what I mean? I wasn't dragging them around with me, or not that I made it okay,
Right.
but I thought it was okay. At least I'm not dragging them around,
Right.
you know, doing stuff like that. Sure enough, yeah, I ended up leaving her. That's when, say, I caught a 5-year term.
Okay.
Sat down for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I've been total of,
That was your last one, right?
yeah, last one. I've been a total of 13 years, but 5 trips. Different, you know what I mean? Well, this one,
That was my last one. Was 5.
yeah, my last one. So I do the same thing, catch a little more time this time, sit down. I was looking for the easiest and more time that you can get cut off. What is the way I can get more time to get cut off so I can get out faster? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Fire camp.
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right. Shit. Well, can I do it? Hell yeah. I ain't got no choice. I need this time off, you know?
Yep. Plus, they feed you good.
Yeah. I was at Malibu, so they feed you and we eat lunch on the beach.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I know.
So it's cool. I would say fire camp was the most, we'll say, it was one of the best times of my life. I ain't gonna lie. Just that whole
Understood.
discipline,
I understand that.
the responsibility.
Yeah.
The putting out fires, putting out their house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Saving people.
Saving people.
And I remember when one time we were going on a call and I look at the girls and I go, doesn't it feel good to be be on the side with the sirens going to do something positive
They're running from them.
instead of running from them?
Yeah.
They're like, hell yeah, you know?
Yeah. And it's funny because I've talked to you about that stuff, and it's like, and not that people I don't feel understand, but I think too when you get that excitement when you talk about it, like I understand that because I'm the same way. Like I was so serious about it. That's what I wanted to do when I got out, you know. And it just and I, you know, I've never really looked into that, but it's like there was something about it, you know. And for me, like this is what I'm doing now is like it's just, you know, I think that the part as an addict, maybe the nurturing part that gave you that nurturing part, you know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're out there knowing you're doing something right, and you got a little bit of a conscience now. You're clean and sober in there, you know what I mean? And you're like, I'm making a difference. You know, I matter. You know what I'm saying? And people, and they treat you good in there. You know, when you do, after you're done with the fire, they feed you good. They praise you. Yeah. And you know what I mean? You're getting steak and potatoes and everything else. And they're praising you how good you're doing. So nowhere along the way during your story that you're telling us, you know, and I'm listening, did I notice that, you know, you got out, and even when you're completing stuff, you're not having no one there to praise you. You know, you're obviously, your mom's gone, you know, your stepdad, everybody's kind of fed up with your bullshit. And it's like, I remember times like that where I got out and it was like, I couldn't wait to get back to the same situation. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're the only one, because I remember those times where it's like, I remember getting out and jumping on getting out down there at Twin Towers in LA County and taking the light rail right back to Lancaster, Palmdale. Yeah. And grabbing me some tacos while I was waiting and jumping on there and jumping on the train and thinking about who owes me money or who owes my homeboys money and how we're going to collect and how am I going to, before I even get back to the town, which is a 2-hour ride, right? And I'm like, nah, I just did like 6-8 months in jail. Like, why am I thinking of this shit, you know? So to hear you tell these stories like that, I'm like, I understand, you know what I'm saying? And yep, it's that addiction, that devil. Boy, that devil has a hold on you, and when he grabs you, he just.
And then also too, because not having, you know, like my mom or whatever, I got I kind of got used to going to prison.
Right.
I kind of, all right, it's time to go back in.
Yeah.
What time is it's time to go back in. Let's go see what everybody's doing on fucking the yard, or let's go see what the homegirl lifers do.
With structure, yeah. Structure.
That's how I felt in fire camp. But we were also praised for what we did.
Yeah.
Me not having a mom, that shit felt good.
Like, yeah, I'm with you.
They're like, hey, this girl, I'm a big girl, you know what I mean? But it was crazy because you know how when you get to fire camp, you have to do that hike to get on crew?
Right.
I was the first one that beat the hike.
Right.
And you know what the girls said? You know how they're like, oh, I put my money on that one.
Right.
I put my money on that one. Everybody thought that I was going to finish last. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't know. I'm just a beast when I start going, you know? And it felt good because I finished first. And I'm like, hell yeah. And they're like, everybody thought you were going to finish last. I was like, me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it felt good. It felt good to I don't know how to explain it. Like, to have that support.
Yeah.
You know, they're inmates.
Yeah.
But
it felt good to do something.
The same spot.
Yeah.
You know, it felt good. And I want to kind of go back a little bit. I used to break into cars to just, steal it, or if I could get it or whatever. You know? And I remember before, I think I stopped doing that unless they had the keys. Unless I could get the keys or whatever. But I went to go do that one time, and I remember seeing a car seat in the back seat of the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna go do whatever I was gonna go do, and I looked at the car seat. I said, I think that's when my conscience was like, "Hey, it's gonna be your fault that this baby's gonna freeze because you want to go tweaking this car, right? Or try to steal it, whatever the case." And then that's when I started getting my little conscience, you know?
Yeah.
I know. That was the last time I did that.
I never had one. I really didn't. My addiction was really bad. I never had one. And I stole a car with the baby seat in the back as well one time. The guy was out putting those stupid flyers in the mailboxes that fold down, and he left it running out in the front and took his load to the door, and I was right place, right time, I guess. And it was winter time, and I jumped in, and there was a car seat in the back, and I gave it to some girl that I sold dope to.
Yeah.
I went to her house and gave it to her, and I was like, "Here, I got a car seat, brand new." It was a back seat, you know. And I understand. I never got a conscience though until I will say probably this last time I went to prison, and you know, I'm sitting in there, you know, 3, 4, 5 years in. So I'm sitting there just thinking like all the crap and lives I destroyed and stuff like that. So,
yeah, it was more like taking people's cars because I knew if they had kids, how they gonna get to work. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I mean, all the other stuff, I really didn't have that conscience for, like other stuff. But all right, so going back to fire camp,
So that was your last stretch, was fire
that was
camp.
my last stretch.
Bella's with your cousin.
And Isaac are with
Isaac with your cousin.
Melissa's with her grandma.
Right.
Isaiah's with his adopted parents.
Right.
I get out. 3 months later, bam,
Same shit.
got another case. Well, I got a hold of that attorney back to the drug court, right?
Right.
I was like, hey, it's me, Misty again.
Yeah.
Can you help me out with this?
Yeah.
Can you help me out with this? I really want to get clean and change my life around. And, you know, I'm really serious about it this time, you know? That was my mentality, all right? But on this one, I was really serious. Like, I wasn't going in there.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
Don't joke at this time.
I don't care if basketball was there or homework was there. I ain't doing it this time, you know?
Right.
So I get in there. I'm doing good. I get a job in there as a chore monitor. So I'm making the fucking chore list, everybody's chores. And I have to go tell people, hey, did you do your chore? You know, get a little job in there.
Yeah.
Look good for the staff, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Run a good program.
Yep.
I had to get my phone. I got my phone. I'm good with my phone. I'm not doing nothing wrong, you know, but I need to have a phone. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So So I'm good. I'm doing good. 3-4 months. I'm good. I'm not slipping nothing. I'm actually doing my work, all that stuff, right? And that's probably, I could say, I went to I was a responsible leader in there that they were like, hey, can you go support her to the hospital? Can you take her to the hospital? Or I was a support person.
Right.
All right.
Some sense of responsibility.
Yeah, it was cool, because I was out there. I did what I was supposed to get in trouble. But I had my phone though, but it was cool. But that's when I got to the hospital and I'm sitting there outside and this guy rolls up on a bike.
Must know this guy.
I was like, hey, what's up? Hey, you got a lighter? Sure enough. And he was like, hey, what's your name? Well, we start chopping it up, whatever. He's like, hey, you want to go to Burger King? I was like, fuck it, let's go. The homegirl was in there. I go in there, hey, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go to Burger King. You want a burger? Yeah, whatever. All right, so I go back in and I go with him. I go to the car. He's in his mom's car.
Right.
This guy busts out a cell phone and breaks up a fucking line of dope right in front of me. This is Jesse.
Yeah. Your current husband.
Yes. But you know what, Mark?
But his mom was in the hospital, right?
His mom was
in the hospital, right?
That's how we met.
Yeah, that's what he
His
said.
mom was at the hospital.
Yeah.
He was going there for his mom. I'm going to support this girl.
Right.
And we met. And then it just went off from there.
Right.
Like, I was like, cool. But he's doing dope, though.
And
but
it's now
okay.
Right.
So he busted out lying. Hey, you want one? You good? Well, at first he was like, nah. Can you get out of the car real quick? I was like, why? So, because I'm going to do a line, but I don't want to do it in front of you. I was like,
so thoughtful.
I don't give a fuck. You already told me what you're doing now.
Yeah.
So he did. Whatever, did it. It didn't bug me. It didn't bug me at all.
Right.
I was like, I'm trying to get out this program. I ain't risking my shit over nobody this time.
Sound good.
Yeah. But we're good. Do I stop him right there?
No, I'll stop you. I went a little further with him. I mean, I think where he was telling us is somewhere around in that area. But what I want to do is I want to get you guys pretty close to where you guys actually get together, and then I'll stop you, and then we'll get you both in here, sit you both down, and then you guys could tell your versions of the stories together. So that way you can figure it out. So you're still supporting old girl. You're at the hospital with dude.
Yeah. But I asked him, I was like, hey, I'm going to tell Mark what really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, get my number, whatever. I give him my number, whatever. And he leaves. And he goes, and he's texting me. And I was like, hey, I didn't want no dough, but I'll take something else. He's like, what?
Yeah.
And I just got out of prison.
Yeah.
Hey, bring the car back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll just jump in the back seat, whatever, He was all down for it. We did.
Right.
And that was cool. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Drop me. All right, no, I'll support the girl. All right, just give me a call later on, whatever. I didn't think nothing of it. I was just seeing it as a booty call.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. Well, he starts texting me, oh, I really like you. And, I was like, well, I'm at this program. You can come visit me.
Yeah.
He went and visited me every time. Every weekend he would visit. It would I would lie and say I'm going to a doctor's appointment. Any appointments I can get out and I can make it out, I ain't going to the appointment. I'm going to see
him,
my dude.
Yeah.
And we're going to do whatever we're going to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not getting
But you're not getting high.
No.
Yeah, but he's head first into this shit.
Yeah, he's still in it, but I told him don't do it around me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I'm trying to...
Now you're catching feelings and now things are...
Yeah. So I'm like telling him, oh, if you want to be with me, you got to get sober, right? And he'll bullshit me. Yeah, I've been clean. I've been good. 8
hours. I've been clean 8 hours. Jeez, come on.
Yeah, so, well, I get into a sober living. After that program, I complete the program. All right, I graduated, I go to the sober living.
Yeah.
Well, I go to sober living and everything's going good. I find out, no, let me go back to the program. I find out I'm pregnant.
No.
Yeah.
While you were still in the...
By Jesse.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, fucking like, fuck, not another one. Like, here we
But
go.
you're clean.
Yeah, but I'm clean this time.
Right.
So it's cool, you know what I mean? But I was still in the program still. I didn't know when I was going to complete it. If they find out I'm pregnant,
You're in trouble.
I'm in trouble. What the fuck are you doing, you know?
Yeah.
So sure, I did. I regret it. You know what I mean? I did have an abortion. I didn't think we were gonna go anywhere. I didn't think that it was gonna. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be just having all these kids and
Well, we got a little bit of a conscience now.
yeah. My cousin's over here raising my 2 other kids, and the other 2 are adopted out. Like, when does it end? You know what I mean? So I did have abortion, and when I went to the sober living, I started, when I would go on my weekend passes and stuff, I started doing shots of Hennessy, vodka, whatever, the little shots.
Yeah.
3 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get 3 of them. Well, I would do 3 of them and I'd be a little fucked up where I had to get up now. Now I want to get up.
Oh, yeah. We got to balance this out.
Now I have to balance it out. I have to get focused, you know what I mean? So, sure enough, I told Jesse, hey, go give me some dope. Nah, hell no. I said, I use this on him. If you don't get it, I'll get it somewhere else.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that did it. So sure enough, we started dipping, and I go back for my pass, but I had clean pee. I peed before I started smoking. So the lady's old as shit at this sober living. She can't even see if I popped the bottle or nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm good. So I'm getting high. Well, I got a call from my counselor. Come in the office. Like, fuck, what the fuck have I done? I did my chores. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to.
You're thinking all this small shit, maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking of anything. And I'm like, fuck, my parole's paying my whole sober living, my 6 months, so I don't even have to work. You know what I mean? Just make sure I do my AAs, which I sign them off myself. We're good, you know?
Yeah.
So she calls me and she goes, some guy had called me saying you were getting high.
What the hell?
Guess who it was? My husband.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I told him I was going to say this, and he goes, you got to say it. It's part of our story. Well, he called my counselor right in, I told him I was getting high. I'm about to complete the sober living, Mark.
Yeah.
Like in 2 months. Good. Everything's good. I'm about to complete this shit. I'm about to be done, right? Yeah. My counselor's like, we need you to go drug test. I'm like, I'm fucking gone, bro.
Yeah.
I'm dirty, bro.
Yeah.
I went to the sober living, packed all my shit, and left. This is
But do you think, I mean, honestly, like, being honest with yourself, do you think, not to justify whatever happened, you know what I'm saying? But just say to yourself now that it's frame of mind you're in now, do you think that might have been your last run?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, hearing your story, I mean, it don't sound like you got too many runs in you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so maybe it was a blessing he called, you know what I mean?
I forgive.
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is. I mean, he was tweeting. I'm starting to tweet now, so I'm tripping. But I'm over here like, bro, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
After that happened, so I'm done with you, bro. And I cussed him out, called him a B. I said, well, what kind of homie does that? You know what I mean? I wouldn't even do that to you, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I forgive him. You know, it's over and done with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a part of the story and stuff, you know, but maybe it was, I mean, look at all these times, you know, getting high.
Yeah, I mean, I sat here for an hour listening to your story, and I mean, it doesn't sound like you had too many runs left in you, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you end up like one of those other, you end up like
we'll hear more of it.
You know what I mean?
Together.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stop you now. so that way I could catch you guys together, and then I'm gonna write down some stuff for you and him, and catch you guys at the end of your story, because it's about the same thing. And that way, what I'll do is I'll sit you guys down. We'll come in, do the interview, and then I'm gonna play your guys' parts, and then I'm gonna play for the people. I'm gonna play your guys' interview together, which is I mean, your guys' stories are great, but I think your two stories are some Bonnie and Clyde shit, some really cool shit. I really do. I mean, people, a lot of times people don't, like I was telling him, a lot of times people don't see couples that are together, that used to use together, that they come out of the depths of hell like that. And I think, not to sit here and promote that, that this could work, but the shit that you guys have been through, and I really believe, I was just talking to my brother today about it. One key ingredient that everybody needs to have is to want it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I really think you guys both wanted it. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time when you made those decisions to quit. So, and I think that's also what's going to make this story, from when you guys both come in and tell your story, I think it's going to be remarkable. You know what I mean? How I've watched you guys transition. So it's going to be awesome for someone else to hear that. And I think it's going to be exciting. People are going to want to hear that. Yep. Yeah. All right, Miss